happy that I'm making this Christmas vlog because Christmas is my favorite time of year and I'm just obsessed with festive vibes, with the Christmas tree, all of the Christmassy foods. Today I thought we're gonna make cinnamon rolls. I've never made them before, but it doesn't seem complicated. And yeah. And then we're gonna chit chat a little bit, the updates, 2023. Everyone is saying that, but I'm gonna say that too. I am shocked. This is already the end of the year. I recently caught myself thinking that I don't really reflect on things as I go. I just thought I needed to stop for a second and rewind all of those moments, acknowledge things that I've accomplished and that I've been through this year. But I want to do that only eating cinnamon rolls and chatting with you guys. So let's start cooking. Oh, we're also gonna go to Atwater Market, pick up some kind of Christmas bouquet because we don't have a Christmas tree. We actually are leaving for the Christmas and we decided not to get the real one. It's gonna die without us. We also don't have a fake one. So I'm gonna take you with me. We're gonna decorate the apartment just a little bit because we honestly have nothing Christmassy in our place. We've been too busy with stuff. Leave the mix for maybe 10 to 15 minutes just for the yeast to bloom, and after that I'm gonna add flour and let it rest for maybe an hour, 2 hours, depending how fast it's gonna be rising. I just realized that I have not pressed record when I put in the milk and the yeast. Yeah, sorry. But make sure that the milk is lukewarm, otherwise if it's too cold the reaction is not gonna happen, and if it's too hot the yeast are just gonna die. Just make sure it's somewhere in the middle. Excited how it's gonna look like. Ooh, nice. You can tell it just bubbled a bit. That's pretty great to add flour. Now I'm gonna leave it to rest for another hour or until it's gonna double in size. I don't know how much time that's gonna take. Now moving on to the filling. Apparently you just have to mix together the butter, sugar and cinnamon, but for that butter has to be super soft. Mine was cubed and sitting on the counter for a few hours, but it was still rock hard. So I kind of failed to make a mixture out of it on the first try and decided to leave it close to the stove to melt it a bit more. While that is in the process, let's go to the market. We got these branches for free at the market. One really kind guy just let us have it and it was really nice. We also stopped by the Dollarama to get some decorations because I don't want to put any ornaments on it. I don't think it's gonna be like sturdy enough to hold them. Let's see how it's gonna look like. I'm not the best florist or decor expert. I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna be doing, but it looks cute. Now, since the dough has doubled in size, let's start the fun part. in the beginning you would see that the dough is still a little wet and sticky, which is okay. It just means that you have to knead and gradually add flour until it becomes very smooth and it's gonna look this pretty. I am not a pro when it comes to working with the dough, but even for me, I can tell that this time it was easy. The dough turned out very elastic and just such a pleasure to work with. As you can see now, the filling finally has melted and I could spread it out nicely. I saw people do butter as a separate layer and then they sprinkle sugar and cinnamon mix. I personally think mixing it all together is a better way, but in the end of the day, it's supposed to be the same thing, so who cares? I decided to cut the rolls with a dental floss and oh my god, that was actually really smart. Just look at this clean cut. Okay, now the icing. Again, all of the ingredients have to be soft, and I guess it's not warm enough in my apartment since they've been sitting on the counter the entire day and nothing softened. I thought, you know what, that is not gonna stop me, and I just did a quick water bath, which perfectly solved it. Nice. I like it. I have my cinnamon bun here. Last night when I finished baking it, I was so full by then. I just had dinner. I was like, no way, I'm eating this right now. A few takeaways on this recipe. First of all, I gotta say the dough is just amazing. It's so easy to work with. It turned out so soft, not dense at all, even though I put a little bit more flour while I was kneading it. So I'm happy with the dough. But for icing, I realized I've added too much cream cheese. I personally like when the icing is not as runny and liquidy. I decided to add more cream cheese. Ended up adding way too much. As you saw on the last clip, I was literally trying to put it on top of the buns and it didn't look pretty, so what I ended up doing is I put the whole tray into the turned off oven that was still warm, and that kind of melted the butter and cream cheese a little bit. I don't know if it looks pretty. I mean, I know it doesn't look pretty. It smells so great. Oh yeah. That's really good. As I mentioned before, I don't really write down goals for the next year. I don't really do those like sit down chats with myself to acknowledge the things that I've done. And while I was thinking what to say in this video, then I was like a little bit shocked at actually so many crucial things happened, like big things. First of all, my partner and I, we have moved to Montreal, and you've heard this 100 times already on my channel. That was a decision that we did not take lightly. It was a lot of consideration and thinking. However, I'm really glad that we did. Even though it wasn't perfect, it wasn't as smooth as we anticipated in the beginning. Following that part, I've started a YouTube channel, which honestly has been a dream of mine for very long time, and just dedicating so much time outside of my full-time job to be creating these videos just means a lot to me. And I know that my channel is, as for now, very small, and I appreciate every person that's commenting. I'm bad at this. I pretty much never comment, even though I love the creator. And now seeing that some people that randomly stumble on my video and they do an effort to write me down a little note, I was like, I'm so glad. I should do the same for the creators that I follow. I've started doing it a little bit. I've started reaching out and just saying that, you know, I really appreciate your work. But yeah, YouTube is another big piece that this year I officially committed to it as my second full-time job. Also, a big moment in 2023 for me was my brother has moved to Canada. One of my biggest, wishes has come to life. I'm getting emotional. What the fuck? I just always wanted to have family here, and now I do. And I'm really happy about it. We have to switch to a less sentimental note, and that is the fact that I got promoted. I'm gonna start a new year in a new role. When I got informed that I'm getting promoted, I was like, okay, then I'm doing everything right, because I'm also the type of person that overthinks a lot. Let's say I wasn't getting a promotion for a while, and then I was like, okay, means they don't like my work. All that stupid stuff. But no, sometimes there are circumstances that are not connected to like you cannot affect on them, so you just have to bear with it and wait and, you know, guide your way through it. Lastly, something else happened, and I'm just gonna run a clip. It was a regular Friday night. I finished work and I felt so fed up with everything. So we decided to go for a walk just to grab some fresh air and film the intro for my Christmas vlog. We picked up hot chocolate on the way to the canal, and I set up the camera for the vlog apparently while someone was getting ready to propose. To say that I was clueless is an understatement. I know that you will be watching this, and I just want to say that you are the kindest and the most genuine human being that I've ever met. The words can't really describe how grateful I am to have you by my side. You are my ultimate support system, my best friend, my biggest cheerleader, and now my future husband. I love you endlessly, and I can't wait to see where our very interesting life takes us. I wish you all Merry Christmas, and I thank you so much for watching this video and just sticking with me. I really appreciate it. You can't even know how much I appreciate it. Just thank you, and I'll see you in a new year. Bye.